This segment features 2 clips from the TikTok account of Escape Tuscaloosa, a popular escape room venue based in Alabama. Their feed is usually light and fun, full of room designs, puzzle walkthroughs, and day-to-day content from the business. But on July 1st of this year, things on their page took a very different direction. One of their employees captured something deeply unsettling while closing up for the night, and it set off a series of events that only got stranger from there.
It's happening again. It's always right here at close. What is going on?
As the employee sweeps his camera through the dark, empty hallways, loud banging begins echoing from somewhere deeper in the building. He moves toward it, and the moment he does, a massive crash erupts from the hallway directly behind him. He rushes back to check, and what he finds is a scene that's been completely turned over in a matter of seconds. Chairs have been dragged across the floor, objects are scattered across the tables, and the metal locker doors are hanging wide open. Nobody is there.
I finally found something on the footage. Had to go all the way back to last month, but this is what I found. So no one is even on shift during this time in the building. And like no one's in this second room, this first room.
The second clip comes from overhead security camera footage recorded during a period when the building was supposedly locked and completely empty. A door drifts open on its own. Moments after, a small fridge door gets yanked open by something invisible, followed by a chair sliding across the floor. We want to be transparent here. The camera angles in this second clip don't cover every corner of the room, which means we can't rule out with absolute certainty that someone wasn't positioned out of frame. There are blind spots, and because of them, we have to take the business's word that the building was vacant. With that acknowledged, what do you think is haunting Escape Tuscaloosa? This clip comes from an unknown source. It shows a man recording alone in the forest, deep in the dark, with no explanation attached to it. What he ends up capturing looks so unusual that it almost doesn't seem real. We've put it through our analysis tools, though, and the footage comes back 98% authentic with no AI generation detected. As he films in the pitch-black woods, a figure suddenly comes into frame. What immediately stands out is that the entity appears to have no arms at all, and it's moving backwards, running directly toward the camera in reverse. It stands roughly 3 feet tall and moves with a chaotic, lurching gait, cutting through the brush in a way that looks nothing like any normal animal or person. Glenn is a man from England who believes his home is built directly over an ancient burial site, and he's convinced that's the source of the relentless activity he's been living with. For the past 8 months, he's been documenting it. Aggressive poltergeist disturbances, shadow figures, unexplained sounds, often capturing events live on TikTok as they happen. In this particular video, he grabbed his camera after watching a teddy bear move on its own in the living room and decided to ask whatever was responsible to do it again.
Right, so this teddy, once again, has just flown from there to there. And when I say flown, it literally catapulted from next to that teddy to there. But it didn't bounce and it didn't roll. It just literally stopped dead right where it is now. Now, I don't know what its obsession is.
Yesterday, that teddy's the one that kept moving yesterday. It was from that spot as well.
God, can you hear that? I've got the windows open, people, so you can hear the traffic going by. What is with this teddy?
I feel like maybe we should get rid of it.
No, but seriously, this ain't fucking normal. Can you do it again? Can you move that teddy? Move that teddy. Jane?
Oh my god.
Jane?
What's that? Oh my god. What the fuck? Jen, just shut the door. Just shut the door. Shut the door. Don't do nothing. Just shut the door.
Oi! Did you hear that?
I can hear clicking behind me, so I turn around, I can hear noises.
For fuck's sake!
Rather than the teddy bear moving, the heavy door to his daughter's bedroom slowly swings wide open entirely on its own. The instant it does, a small vanity table inside the room crashes violently to the floor. But the most chilling moment in the entire clip comes next. Glenn steps into the room and reaches down to pick the vanity up, and as he does, a deep, growling voice clearly shouts the word "no." It stops him cold. Whatever is in that house didn't want him touching it. Jack from England is someone we've returned to a number of times here on the channel. His habit of collecting objects believed to carry paranormal attachments, combined with his regular explorations of haunted locations across England, has resulted in a steady and alarming escalation of activity inside his own home. We've watched it unfold over several months now. Recently, he did something a lot of his viewers had been pushing him toward for a while, a solo Ouija board session right there in his house. Based on what happened, it's fair to say that giving in to that request was a serious mistake.
So I've got the Ouija board out. You shouldn't really mess with this shite, but I think I know what I'm doing, so you've had plenty to say. Come on, you're going to do it for me again? You are? Oh. Oh, okay. Got a bit of movement on the go. Are you a female? Oh. Okay. Why do you haunt my house? What is it you want? Okie dokie. Okay. What the hell? Oh my god. I kid you not, folks. This room has gone icy. Oh. Hello, are you in here? Why can't you give me a proper message instead of just throwing stuff? Okay. Give you another chance to say something on here. You know, I won't even touch it. So it's nothing to do with me interfering or... Can you move? Can you... Whew, God, folks, I'm getting a little bit scared, to be honest. Whoa, okay. Can you move to yes for me? Okay, good effort. And to assure you folks, there is nothing on the go. I swear to God, look, this is under my dining room table, this is the planchette, there is nothing afoot. You know...
The session opens normally enough, but when Jack lifts his fingers slightly off the planchette, it slides to the left entirely on its own, coming to rest squarely on the letter T. He asks the entity whether it's female, and the planchette shoves itself off the board completely. He retrieves it, sets it back down, and asks why it's in his house, and it flies off the board again, this time with real speed. From that point on, the room stops being quiet. Objects begin dropping off the dining table. The curtain starts moving on its own. Faint whisperings fill the space around him. Every time he tries to return the planchette to the board, it moves the moment it's set down. We examined this footage carefully, looking for strings, fishing line, anything that might explain the planchette's movement. We found nothing, and there's no evidence of magnets beneath the table either. Whatever Jack opened a line to that night, it was not interested in staying quiet. This next segment comes from a woman in the United States named Kaina, whose TikTok account is entirely devoted to family life and everyday moments, not a single paranormal post in sight. But one night, while winding down with some relaxing thunder sounds playing on her TV, something happened that she and thousands of her viewers became convinced was a literal glitch in the Matrix.
I think I found a glitch in the Matrix. My TV's LED lights are like dying, but the reflection of my TV in the mirror, the LED lights are perfectly fine. You can barely see it because I'm in the dark, but this is the TV. It's a rainstorm. You can't see shit, but when I turn and look at the mirror, you can see every detail of it. Let me turn the camera around. TV's on, rainstorm, mirror. Watch, I'll turn the flash off. This is so crazy, what? It's a Matrix.
Here's what the footage shows. The room is dark, and when Kaina films her television, the screen looks completely blank, just a faint wash of backlight. But when she turns the camera toward the mirror positioned right beside the TV, the reflection is showing rain falling clearly and in full detail on that same screen. Kaina confirms that the video she's playing does have rain visuals when viewed normally on her phone. The content is there, the TV just isn't displaying it. To prove this isn't some trick of the darkness, she switches the main room light on. Even with the room fully lit, nothing changes. The physical screen in front of her remains blank. The mirror continues reflecting rain. Two objects, same screen, completely different pictures. A woman named Amanda from the United States runs a TikTok account that has nothing paranormal about it, just regular, everyday content from her life. But one night, she came home from work to find something in her house that made no sense. Looking for an explanation, she pulled up her indoor security camera footage and posted what she found almost immediately.
These things, right? This is supposed to be identical to this, but I walk into this shit on my floor, so I'm like, what the fuck, right? And like, you can like see, like if I wanted to, it's not just gonna fall out, like this stuff is in there, you know? So I'm gonna pull up my camera so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Here's what the camera picked up while the house was empty. A decorative wall vase holding a bouquet of flowers is sitting completely still. Then, without any warning, the flowers begin rising upward and out of the vase before tumbling all the way down to the floor. What makes this so difficult to dismiss is the direction of the movement. The stems are being pulled upward, which takes deliberate force. When you zoom in, the vase itself doesn't budge an inch. It stays fixed to the wall, while only the flowers are being drawn out by something that isn't visible on camera. Jassim is a paranormal investigator from Saudi Arabia with a well-established reputation for going into abandoned buildings completely alone. He broadcasts these solo explorations live on Snapchat so his audience can follow along in real time. During a recent investigation of an abandoned factory, he encountered what might be the most intense and hard-to-explain instance of poltergeist activity we've come across.
بسم الله بسم الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق لا 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 لا
As Jassim walks into an empty room, a heavy broken table slides directly toward him. That alone would make most people leave, but then the table starts moving back and forth across the concrete floor, forward, then backward, completely on its own before stopping dead. Jassim immediately sweeps his flashlight around every part of the room, and it's clear there's nobody there. He shines the beam directly on the table, and we've gone through it frame by frame. No strings, no wires, no fishing line anywhere in the shot. Now, a skeptic could argue that a hidden string attached to the table might explain the initial pull toward him. That theory holds up until the table moves away from him, because at that point there is demonstrably no one on the other side of that room to pull it in the opposite direction. We haven't been able to find a logical explanation for the reversal. We're not sure one exists. Kimber is a TikTok user whose account is built entirely around her fitness journey, her son, and their family dog. Nothing paranormal, just personal, wholesome content. Not long ago, Kimber went through the painful loss of that dog. But in a recent video, she shared footage from her Ring indoor camera that she stumbled across while reviewing old recordings, and it's both strange and deeply moving. What makes this clip unusual is that the camera never triggered a motion recording at all. Kimber only found it because she was manually scrubbing through the device's timeline. At exactly 4:34 in the afternoon, the outline of a dog appears near the physical dog guard separating the living room from the dining room. It's faint at first glance, but when the frame is zoomed in on, the shape bears a remarkable resemblance to the dog she lost just a month before. Because this camera is set to capture periodic still images between motion events rather than continuous footage, it froze that single frame in time without ever setting off a motion alert. One snapshot, one moment that probably would have gone completely unnoticed. Eric O'Day is a man from Montana with an Instagram account that normally focuses on his work and day-to-day life, nothing remotely paranormal. But 3 months ago, he began uploading a series of videos documenting strange, unexplained sounds coming from his basement and various other parts of the house. For months, he couldn't identify the source of any of it, until now. His most recent upload is what he believes finally shows the actual entity that's been sharing his home with him. As Eric slowly pans his camera toward the hallway, a dark, imposing figure becomes visible, peeking out at him from around the corner. It's subtle enough to miss on a first watch, but once the brightness is pushed up, the shape of a figure standing there in the dark is unmistakable. Then it pulls back and disappears. Eric walks into the hallway to check, and there is genuinely nowhere for a person to go. The only exit on that side of the hall is the main door leading outside, which Eric confirms was locked the entire time. The figure didn't retreat anywhere, it simply ceased to be there. Then, as he tilts the camera up toward the staircase, the sound of heavy footsteps crossing the floorboards above him becomes clearly audible, despite Eric insisting he was the only person in the house that night. An Egyptian paranormal investigator named Khaled has built quite a following for his live explorations of decaying, abandoned structures across Egypt. His audience watches in real time as he pushes into some genuinely unsettling places. Most of his streams are just atmospheric, creepy buildings, strange sounds, that sort of thing. But every so often, he runs into something that goes well beyond atmosphere. During one of his most recent broadcasts, Khaled found himself deep inside a crumbling building where he became convinced something was actively present with him. What his live stream captured is the kind of footage that's hard to shake.
And it is in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Do not be arrogant against me and come to me in submission. In the name of God. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. It is from Solomon. In the name of God. God is the greatest. I seek refuge in the perfect words of God from the evil of what He created. I seek refuge in the perfect words of God from the evil of what He created. In the name of God, with whose name nothing can cause harm, on earth nor in heaven. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. In the name of God. I seek refuge in the perfect words of God from the evil of what He created, brought into being, blue and bound. In the name of God. God is the greatest. God is the greatest. I seek refuge in the perfect words of God from the evil of what? I seek refuge in the perfect words of God from the evil of what He created. In the name of God, 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 in the name of God.
As Khaled pushes further into the pitch-black interior, the silence breaks. Gut-wrenching screams begin echoing through the empty corridors around him. He starts praying aloud, but he doesn't turn back. Then, as he sweeps his camera toward the far end of the hallway, 2 glowing eyes become visible, watching him in the shadow of a doorway. And it doesn't stop there. When he spins around to check behind him, there's another pair of glowing eyes, staring back from the opposite direction. He's completely surrounded on both sides. If you want to see how it ends, you can find Khaled's full investigation on TikTok at adventurer_Khaled. If you made it through all of these, drop a comment and tell me which one got under your skin the most. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. See you in the next one.